Shaking the cop's hand. He gave me a salute. Why would he do that? They're the bike unit. They're the bike unit. But they're in the car, the van, the SUV. What's so funny?
Job, huh?
That's what I thought.
They let him go with just a...
I know you won't say that to my face.
Nice job, guys.
What's going on,
They were
brother?
laughing at me, not you.
Why are you so close to me? Why you come up behind me like that?
I was checking on the cops.
But why did you have to do that right behind me, though?
You didn't even know I was standing there.
I know, but why did you decide to do that? It's kind of creepy. Because I know if I did that, you'd be screaming officer safety. So I can come up right behind you and follow you around?
Yeah, you can. I just probably ask you the same questions you're asking me.
Fair enough. But I'd get arrested for officer safety.
No, you can't get arrested for officer safety. That's not a thing.
It's happened many times. Maybe not here.
Arrested. Your charge was officer safety?
Yes. No, not me. Not me personally. Not me personally.
I was checking on the car stop.
Cool.
Yeah, you were videotaping them, so I was making sure that they were doing the right thing.
Do you remember me?
I don't.
So a couple.
Help me if
yeah. No, I'm not going to do that. But so about a year or two ago, I asked you if you knew the 5 parts of the First Amendment. Yes.
I do remember you.
Do you remember did you learn the 5 parts of the First Amendment?
The 5 parts of the First Amendment? I don't know. I don't want to give you false answers, and then you're going to put me on.
Well, either way, this is a checkup, regardless, right? Whether you give me false or right answers. Just a guess, right? I've traveled this entire country.
Yeah.
I've asked thousands of police officers if they could tell me the First Amendment. What percentage?
Like the freedom of speech? Religion?
That's 2. That's 2.
Religion, speech, assembly.
Yep, okay.
Religion, speech, assembly. The assembly. Speech, assembly, gather, school me on this.
Yeah, no, honestly, you got 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
No officer in this entire country, I've asked thousands.
I've got 5 out of 5?
Have even got the first art. What do you think that says about the state of police in this country? That they don't even know.
Always be better, but that we've progressed quite a bit.
So you think you're good? You're better?
100%.
Even though you don't know the first article of your job.
I did. I know the freedom of speech, and you know what? Sometimes you don't know it by word, but you know.
Yeah, but don't you think it's
practicality and action?
Yeah, but don't you think it's important to
I can't believe you remember me from up there on Apple's Ave.
Your video went pretty viral because you gave me a sneaky middle finger and
where's
you
the
did.
video?
You
I'd
did.
like to see that.
Yeah, you can check it out. And then
what is your YouTube
that
thing?
other lady cop, she was acting so rude, and that's the initial views.
What do you put it on?
I put it on a whole bunch of platforms.
How do I?
Okay, I'll tell you, man. Let me answer my questions. I don't have a card. I'll tell you what my channel is. I have business cards, but who uses business cards? This is the 25th century, bro. Nobody uses paper anymore.
I still do.
Well, yeah, you have to. You know what I'm saying? All right. This is my point, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you where you can find.
Go ahead.
You guys take a sacred oath before God and your countrymen, and countless American men, women, and children have given blood, sweat, and tears.
Hey, videotape this.
I'm going to.
I'm down here every day. Hey, tell them what you think.
I love these guys. I pray for them every day.
Why? Because we do the right thing.
They do the right thing. They're outgunned, brother. They're outgunned and outflanked.
What if I told you something? What if I told you something?
Years.
Could I tell you something? Could I tell you something? What if I told you that according to a 50-year study of police's own data, they only solve 2% of major crimes? What if I told you, according to not 1 but 2 studies, police? I let you talk. I let you talk.
I don't know where the bus. I'm the police. Sorry. Hey, over.
You've always got a drink in your hand. That's one thing I appreciate. You stay hydrated. Some people were saying, but some people were saying on the last thing you might be a little tipsy. Is it Irish coffee?
No, you want to smell it?
How much have you had to drink today?
Alcohol, of course.
Alcohol, of course.
I haven't drank in 2 days.
Okay. What's your drink?
Scotch.
Scotch? That's fair. I respect that about you, man. This is the only point I'm trying to convey to you, right? Is that you guys take a sacred oath on the backs of people that have died, given bloodshed and tears, so that we could even have a constitution. And the fact that you guys don't even know the
No,
Constitution?
I think we do. Most
Well,
cops do
okay,
know.
okay. Well, the
And they
thing
know
is,
what's right and wrong and how to protect people's rights because they're out here doing it every day. As you can see by this gentleman who's out here every day. I've never seen
Sure.
you down here before.
Yeah.
He's down here every day dealing with us, and he has no problems. He
all right,
gets his fist bumps.
true,
and
but
gives us
I'm gonna.
accolades.
That's fine, but he doesn't.
I mean, I'm probably giving you more than I views than I probably should be.
No,
giving
you're
you
not.
right now, anyway.
Like literally, I've confronted Hillary Clinton about Jeffrey Epstein before the
Got this
news
close.
even knew who Epstein was. I
Hillary
walked right
Clinton?
past Secret Service. I've confronted Biden, Trump, all these fools. Kamala Harris.
Well,
like
I'm
police,
small
police are low level. But it's important. Here's what I'm trying to convey to you. You dishonor the Constitution every single day. Here's how.
Okay.
Remember back in the day with Prohibition, they had to get a constitutional amendment to outlaw alcohol?
Yes.
Right? They never did that with the war on drugs. Every time you arrest somebody for the war on drugs or possession of any narcotic, that's unconstitutional. Same thing with the Second Amendment. Shall not be infringed. You guys, if it's unregistered, unlicensed, if ghost gun, now if it's a stolen gun, that's a different story because that's someone's personal property. But you guys defile the Constitution every single day, and then on top of that, what you do is you're supposed to protect my Fourth Amendment to privacy and to be secure in my person's papers. But yet even people, no matter what, you guys are trained to ask for your ID and subvert my Fourth Amendment. So you don't know the First Amendment, you violate the Second Amendment, you don't know the Third Amendment, you violate the Fourth Amendment, you guys violate the Fifth and Sixth Amendments, right? And then on top of it,
Too?
yeah, stop and frisk, DUI checkpoints, right? All of it. You guys.
I mean, you're preaching to the choir. I do this every day. You got to preach above me. Maybe you can. Get some
No. The
change.
thing is, this is what I'll leave you on. The thing is, when you raised your hand and took that oath, that was also with the implications that you will protect the Constitution and disobey illegal orders. That's why there's checks and balances. You guys are responsible. Like during when the events of 2020 hit, certain police officers said, no, this is unconstitutional, we're not doing that. And certain departments didn't. Because it's up to you guys not to just blindly follow what the law orders say. They could say, hey, go start catching slaves again. Or, oh, go start having this. It's up to you guys to uphold the Constitution. Your name and badge number, sir?
Potter. It's right here.
I know. I hate when you guys say that. You would never say that to a judge, though. Have the same respect for me as you have the judge.
Ask that because they would already have it.
But they still ask it for the record, though.
Yeah, Potter 32.
Thank you very
Same
much,
thing
Potter.
The last one we did. On
You can find me on YouTube at Fake Mike MIC
Mike.
Real News. Check me out at Fake Mike Real News. I'm gonna check up on you again, and I hope.
Be here every day.
Well,
maybe I'll get those two other. What are they?
You're gonna have. I can't give you all. I can't do all of it for you. I would. Yo, they give away pocket constitutions. They give away.
I actually have one of my.
Good.
cars.
So you should learn it.
All right.
You should learn. All right, man.
Mike.
Fake Mike Real News.
Real News. All right.
You're dismissed, brother.